All right, thank you, Maureen, and thank you, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., for allowing us in your dressing room just a few minutes before a fight. Again, unusual. I'm glad to do it. All right, well, we are at ringside here in Tijuana at the Bull Ring at the Plaza de Toros Monumental. It's been just a great night, and these fans are having an exciting and fun time. And we want to introduce to you tonight the mayor of Tijuana, who has been vitally interested and involved actually in the promotion of this fight and making it happen, Jorge Ramos. Jorge, thanks for joining us here, and congratulations on a great event.
Yeah, this is a great event. More than 23,000 people having fun in our city, and we're glad to have you both here in Tijuana.
Thank you. The most interesting thing about this to me is the fact that the government got involved here, which is unusual to begin with, but to give free tickets out to the people of Tijuana so that they could come and attend this great event. Who got the free tickets? How did you get a free ticket?
Yeah, we trade the ticket for a bag of rice or beans for the poor people right in the suburban area of Tijuana, and we give this great event because Tijuana deserved it. We were having a big fight to clean our city, to make a more safer place. As you can see, there's not been an incident here in Tijuana, not only in this day with our tourism, but in the past 14 months, and that's a hard fact. Nobody's been hurt in our city. We're having some bad times, but we're okay for now.
Is an event like this clearly a kind of a statement maker for you, where you want to use a large sporting event like this to kind of demonstrate some of those facts?
Absolutely. This is the real face of Tijuana. This is the real heart and soul of a city of good people, hard-working men and women here. They're trying to do progress, make progress here in Tijuana. And you know what? The sports department here, the guy that is in front of that department is Eric Morales.
Really?
And I have 4 former champions working for the sports office here in Tijuana. So I'm very committed with sports. I think that's the good side of the good face of the city of Tijuana.
And I know you are a big boxing fan, so what do you think of the action so far here tonight? We've seen some pretty good action.
Yeah, well, we've been seeing some Latin fury here. I mean, those are huge punches, and these guys are great, and I think the people, the crowd, it has a lot to do with this, because they have been having a lot of support since they trained here in Tijuana. Both of them train a lot and real hard.
I want to give you one final chance here. Is to we know that there have been a lot of publicity, and as you mentioned, the problems that have been publicized on the news over the recent weeks. What final statement do you have to people that you want to make about Tijuana?
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy of picking this city to make this huge event. And I understand, because in the past we have a lot of problems, but we have the right as a city and the people to have this kind of event and show the world what is really happening here. What great food we have, what great people we have. The weather is unbelievable. And this plaza, this bullfight ring, is right next to the last corner of Latin America. And so we're very proud of what we're doing here. I would like to thank the top rank, Fernando Beltran, and everybody that gives us this opportunity to give this chance to the people.
Mayor Ramos, thank you very much for joining us here, and thanks for all your hospitality this week.
Thank you, Rick, and I'm very glad to have you here.
Very good. There he is, the Honorable Mayor of Tijuana, Jorge Ramos. They have put on a terrific event, and they did have 15,000 people receive free tickets. All it cost you was not really free. You had to bring a can of soup or some can of food or some kind of little donation.
Which was a very nice touch to help some of the people that needed that. And I have to say, sampled some of the great food here in Tijuana.
All right, we hope you are enjoying this pay-per-view event here this evening at the Plaza de Toros Monumental. And a lot of great Mexican fighters are fighting here tonight, and they will be tested again next month. And you'll be able to see it when they participate in global supremacy.
It's a battle as to which country rules the ring. Mexico versus the Philippines. Global supremacy. World flyweight champion Nonito Donaire defends his title against undefeated Raul Martinez. Also in action, IBF junior flyweight champion Ulises Solis takes on former world champion Brian Viloria. Saturday, April 18th, live on pay-per-view. Contact your pay-per-view provider to order.
Magnetal. And once again, waiting the main event of the evening, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Will be taking on Luciano Cuello. It should be a terrific bout here this evening, and we're definitely looking forward to it. You got a little taste of Chavez Jr. back in the dressing room with Maureen Shea. Maureen, what was the atmosphere back there?
Oh, everybody's excited. They're so calm back there, and he's got just a great demeanor about him right now, and he's really, just like we saw before, he's very calm, and he's very happy with the fans. He's excited to be fighting here in Tijuana, and he just said the fans are just great. They've been wonderful.
All right, Alan, looking at the fight itself, what do you think Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. needs to do here tonight?
Well, he has said in many of his press statements leading up to this match that he thinks, much like Soto suggested, that a very big performance is in order. And Cuello, while he has not had great experience against top fighters, does bring an undefeated record into this fight. And I think he feels he needs to be very, very impressive, and I think will be very aggressive against Cuello, because I think he believes that he's under the microscope so much that wins have to be very impressive. They can't just be wins.
Last year, Maureen, Chavez Jr. had a very difficult fight here in Mexico against Matt Vanda. He was actually booed by the fans. The decision was booed by the fans here in Mexico. Do you think that that's something he's thinking about as he enters the ring tonight, wanting to do something for the fans to get him back once again where he thinks they should be?
Well, I think, redeeming himself against Matt Vanda, he did it in Vegas. So now coming back out here, I believe he feels a little bit that he wants to show the fans exactly who he is and what he's about. And I feel he feels that he's ready. He's ready for this. He's ready for this fight right tonight.
As we continue to watch Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., if he is successful, Al, tonight, and people calling for him to step up, and he calling for it himself. He wants to fight, he said, and as he told Maureen, bigger opposition, bigger name opposition. What do you think is going to be in the future for him if he's successful and looks good here this evening?
Yeah, obviously it's presumptuous before the fight, but because let's face it, people are wondering, and this is good. It's like the hot stove league in baseball. You want to talk about it even before a fight. And the fact is that people have talked about John Duddy as a possible opponent, which I think that would be an utterly spectacular fight. John Duddy at 154 is an even better fighter than he is at 160. He's an offensive machine, just like Julio Cesar Chavez is. They both have some defensive liabilities. I think that would be a spectacular match. And there has been much talk, as you look at a guy who knows a little about fighting, giving his son some advice. There's also even talk about him challenging Oscar De La Hoya, to try and avenge the loss that his dad had to, two of them that he had to De La Hoya. That would be interesting.
All right, as we await the arrival of Chavez, let's go up to the ring right now, and our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Damas y caballeros, su atención por favor. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Favor de ponerse de pie. Ahora tenemos un homenaje a 10 campanadas en honor del ex campeón mundial peso gallo y el gran ídolo mexicano Raúl Ratón Macías. Y también en honor de Ramón Caborca Espinosa. Ladies and gentlemen, we're asking you to rise for a moment of silence as our timekeeper tolls 10 in honor of the former great bantamweight champion Raúl Ratón Macías, along with the beloved boxing commissioner of Mexico, who also recently passed away, Ramón Caborca Espinosa. Gracias, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now we present the national anthem of Mexico, ahora el himno nacional de México. Demos la bienvenida al cantante Antonio Song.
El grito de guerra en la selva versar y el bridón y retiemblen sus electros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón y retiemblen sus electros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Sirio, patria, tus sienes de oliva de la paz del arcángel divino en el cielo.